Hello everyone. We are here at Swanky Studios. K.L.P Entertainment now stream on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, and Amazon Echo. I'm Martha Givens with some news. LG has announced both a shipping window and specific price points for its new 4K OLED TVs for 2020. All of these consumer TVs will begin shipping in April and May, except for the WX wallpaper model and the new 48-inch size from the CX line, which will both ship in June. Prices range from $1,000 all the way up to $6,000. Last year's models were labeled B9 and C9 and so on. But LG hasn't specified the final model names for these new TVs. B10, C10 and so on seems likely, though. The BX series is LG's entry-level product line, in so much as any OLED TV line can be entry-level. That is, as far as we know. It uses the same panels as the CX series, so image quality should be similar in many respects. However, it does not have LG's new Alpha 9 Gen 3 AI processor, so it misses out on a lot of AI-driven improvements to picture and sound quality, along with a few extra premium features. For example, the CX can analyze the scene being played, make determinations about what kind of content is being displayed, and apply processing to objects in that scene accordingly. The BX does not have the same kind of capability, as it uses an older version of LG's processor. The CX series is arguably the flagship, offering all the latest LG OLED TV features without any additional wrinkles or gimmicks. And it's being offered in a 48-inch variant for the first time. LG has positioned that TV as an ultra-high-end computer monitor, but we're skeptical about that given LG OLED TV's propensity for burn-in when showing static content for long periods of time. The GX is like the CX, but it's part of LG's new gallery series of TVs meant for wall mounting and set to compete with Samsung's The Frame TVs that have proven popular with some consumers. The GX has all its audio hardware built in, whereas the related WX pumps the audio out through an included but not attached Dolby Atmos soundbar. These TVs support fresh new tech like HDMI 2.1 VRR and Filmmaker mode. LG hasn't announced pricing for its 8K lineup yet, but those TVs are sure to be even more expensive. There's a new fleet of LG TVs for 2020. From affordable LCDs and nano-cell screens to premium OLED televisions. And they are already starting to trickle into the market. The Korean electronics company is largely known for being the primary manufacturer of OLED panels, meaning you can thank it for the OLED TVs sold by Sony and Panasonic, too, and LG is continuing that legacy with a host of new OLEDs that iterate and improve on what's gone before. Despite word of ongoing production issues, it seems like LG is still releasing its new sets on schedule too. There's plenty to talk about with this year's range, too, with an upgraded Alpha 9 Gen 3 processor in most of the new OLED sets. A brand new Gallery Series GX OLED replacing last year's LG E9 and flashy 8K models that can upscale HD content to a gorgeous high resolution. With there being so many different models to take in, though, we thought we'd lay out the whole 2020 lineup announced so far in one, admittedly quite long, piece. It's worth noting that specs might change by the time these TVs reach store shelves later this year. But for the most part what you'll see below are the final specs and features in the final product. We've run through the technological improvements you can expect from 2020 LG TVs, what TV models are actually being introduced, and even the LG's 2019 sets that are still on sale today. Like last year. The biggest upgrades are the processors. The new Alpha 9 Gen 3 AI and Alpha 9 Gen 3 8K AI. The former uses a 4-step upscaling algorithm while the latter uses a 6-step process to reduce noise and enhance the picture. Basically, OLED and nanocell describe what kind of backlight or panel technology each TV uses. OLED uses organic light-emitting diodes in each pixel to create virtually unlimited contrast, a pure white pixel next to a totally black pixel next to it, for example, but is limited by its peak brightness. Nanocell uses an LED LCD screen with quantum dot light technology to enhance color saturation, reach higher peak brightness and offer wider viewing angles than traditional LED LCD. Beyond the new processor and additional 8K models, the LG 2020 lineup is the first time we'll see a new 4.8-inch OLED screen size for the CX OLED. LG hasn't announced how much the new 48-inch OLED will cost. But considering that last year's 55-inch C9 OLED is just hovering above the $1,000 mark, this may be the first year we'll see a sub-$1,000 OLED at launch. On the software side of things, WebOS will be getting a number of tweaks that will make getting to content quicker and easier, like Sports Alert that lets you track when your favorite team is playing, get live updates from their games, and lets you jump to that game whenever it comes on if it's available. Lastly, at least a few LG OLED TVs are capable of utilizing Dolby Vision IQ, a new technology that uses a built-in light sensor on the TV and Dolby Vision dynamic metadata to optimize picture quality for the amount of ambient light in the room. The most affordable LG OLED is the one that, unfortunately, comes out the latest. It's the LG BX OLED, and it'll most likely be available in 3 sizes: 55 inches, 65 inches and 77 inches. As the cheapest member of the OLED family, the BX will use the slightly less powerful Alpha A7 General 3 processor instead of the A9, which means it doesn't benefit from AI upscaling, a pretty essential feature if you're thinking about buying 77-inch OLED TV this year. What's notable, though, is that the BX will be releasing by April, despite last year's B9 model having taken until September to hit the market. The short gap between models may mean the upgrade from the B9 is minimal, but it does mean those after a mid-price OLED don't need to wait around for LG's best crack at the category.